Today what we want to focus on is being able to solve these equations. I love my job. I love to see the light come on, the light bulb come on for students. I love to be able to apply what we're learning. I appreciate when it's the student who doesn't care for this subject. I teach Algebra 2 Trig, who ends up saying, like, I get it, I understand, and I even like it. We have never figured out how to fund schools well in Ohio. It's up to the general public. And we've seen now that our levy has not passed several times in a row.
With the economy, people just don't have money.
Exactly. So it needs to come from another source. Someone needs to come up with a better idea where it's just not a choice dependent on today I have the money, this year I have the money, next year I don't. Again, because education is one of the things that everybody gets the opportunity.
Hi, sweetie. How are you? Good. All right. As you can tell, we have some visitors here today. Can you introduce yourself to our visitors?
My name is Mariah.
Mariah, I'm Erin.
There's a couple of things that are happening, which are sad to me, that have translated into an increased demand for what we do. First, sadly, schools are cutting back on the arts. For a lot of kids, arts are critically important to their development. Schools are also cutting back on after-school activities and out-of-school activities. Kids need to be involved in positive, enriching out-of-school activities.
A good 15 years ago, and I had a student, I taught 8th grade over at the middle school, and I had a student who struggled all year long. But the one thing I knew about this student is he was amazing with mental math. He did not want to do homework. He didn't want to participate. So as much as I stayed on this student, I would say by the end of the year, he had done a little, but not where I thought that he could be. 3 days prior to the end of the school year, I can't even remember what he had done, but he was suspended. I was saddened by that. I thought we're not going to have the day to say goodbye. And so one night in those last 3 days, I sat down and I wrote this student a letter. And the letter was just, I was trying to be inspirational to him. At the end, I just encouraged him, go out and find your passion. Do what you want to do in life. I really never saw him again until about 5 or 6 years later, and we just embraced one another. We hugged one another.
And you recognized him?
And I did. I mean, his entire name, first and last name, came right out of my mouth.
Gosh.
And I hugged him. And I said, what are you doing nowadays? You look good. And so he said, you know what, Mrs. Marno, things are going well. And he told me about his job, a really nice job that he had turned things around. I was almost in tears as he's telling me the story. And then he took out his wallet and he pulled out the letter.
Oh my gosh, he still had it?
Folded like this. He pulled it out and he said, this has been my inspiration.
Today